32-year-old John Tucson has been charged with fatally shooting the mother of his 2-month-old child, 18-year-old Summer Al-Garakuli, and her sister, 20-year-old Selena Easter. The events unfolded at around 8:18 a.m. on the 18th of June 2022, when officers were dispatched to 3004 Montgomery Avenue in Ashland, Kentucky, upon receiving a request to complete a welfare check at a duplex home after neighbours reported hearing gunshots. When first responders arrived at the scene, they found Selena and Summer with gunshot wounds. Medics attempted life-saving measures, but they were both pronounced dead. Officers also located a 2-month-old infant girl left abandoned on the floor uninjured and is in the hands of social services. Summer was identified as the baby's mother. After collecting evidence from the crime scene, the investigators were able to identify John as the suspect. Detectives received leads that he fled the scene in Selena's vehicle, but the authorities checked another address at 441 Utah Street in Toledo, Ohio, where he also lived. The authorities spotted Selena's vehicle, where officers interacted with the suspect at around 5:30 p.m, when at that time he barricaded himself inside the home. SWAT team members were called in to assist in removing the suspect. After negotiating with John until around midnight, he finally exited the front door of the home and appeared to be surrendering. John then walked back inside the premises and came out with a firearm and shot himself. He was rushed to a local hospital and was then transferred to the University of Michigan Hospital Intensive Care Unit in a critical condition. John has been charged with 2 counts of murder, child endangerment and car theft. The family of the victims from Columbus, Ohio, said they believe there was a motive behind this crime, but have been advised by the Ashland police not to do an interview during the ongoing investigation. 35-year-old Jason Carrolls is behind bars after allegedly drowning his 3 children. The events came to light at around 1:40 p.m. on the 13th of June 2022, when the authorities were contacted on reports of 3 deceased children inside a home located at 253 East Camden Lane in Round Lake Beach, Florida. The children were visiting their father, who was estranged from his wife and had custody at the time. The wife arrived at the home to collect the children for a scheduled doctor's appointment when she made the horrifying discovery. When officers arrived, they found the 3 children that had been drowned to death. They were identified as 5-year-old Bryant, 3-year-old Cassidy, and 2-year-old Gideon Carrolls. Jason had fled the scene and was identified as the suspect. The Illinois State Police spotted him driving a red Nissan Maxima, where a 17-minute police pursuit took place, ending in a crash on the Interstate 80 near Joliet, where he was arrested and taken into custody. Jason allegedly admitted that he was responsible for drowning his children, and he also said that he attempted to commit suicide several times after the incident. The motive of the attack is unclear. Jason is charged with 3 counts of first-degree murder, and he's held at the Lake County Jail on a $10 million bond. A man and a woman have been arrested and charged with various drug-related offences following the fatal overdose of a 25-year-old woman. The incident occurred at around 12:57 p.m. on the 17th of June 2022, when the authorities responded to the Hampton Inn, located at 724 Van Buren Road in Ada, North Carolina, when an unresponsive woman was found in the motel. When first responders arrived, they found 25-year-old Rakita Lachey Morton, who wasn't breathing, and she was pronounced dead at the scene. After officers finished investigating the scene, they obtained and executed a search warrant on a home located at 216 North Oakland Avenue, where 42-year-old Angel Nicole Howell and 39-year-old Michael Jr. Moore were taken into custody. Angel's been charged with felony death by distribution, possession of controlled substances such as fentanyl, cocaine and Adderall, and maintaining a dwelling that's used for selling controlled substances. Michael was charged with felony possession of a controlled substance. Angel was held in custody at the Rockingham County Jail on a $250,000 bond, whereas Michael was held on a $20,000 bond. The authorities have not released any information about the investigation, including how they linked Angel and Michael to Rakita's death. A Disney World employee was among a dozen people across the country that were arrested in a child predator sting operation earlier this month. Detectives posed as children between the ages of 13 to 15 online to conduct the sting. 4 predators travelled to meet who they believed to be teenagers, while the other 8 were arrested for sending explicit material. 30-year-old Zachary Hudson worked as a bus driver at Disney World in Orlando, Florida, and he was among those arrested. Between the 4th and the 5th of June, while at work, Zachary engaged in an online conversation with an undercover agent, posing as a 15-year-old girl. The detective asked Zachary if he's okay with her being 15, and he replied as long as him being older didn't bother her, and later said that age is just a number. The conversation moved to text messaging, during which he described the lewd acts he wanted to do to her. One of the text messages he sent read, "I could honestly go to jail for this, but I'll risk it for you." Further messages between the two indicate that Zachary told the undercover detective that he worked at Disney World as a bus driver, before he suggested that they meet at her house in secret and private. He also told her that he would need to be cautious, and referenced the difference in their ages, and following that, he sent her a disrobed image of himself. On the 6th of June, Zachary then showed up to meet with the girl, while still in costume, and was arrested and taken into custody. He's held at the Orange County Jail, and he's charged with 1 count of use of a two-way communication device to commit a felony, and 1 count of transmission of material harmful to a minor.